Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 29 of The Road to Glory with Kyle Adams. Now, today's episode, I do want to implement our newest title, and it's going to be a mid-card title. I do have it created already. So I guess, where are we at? So we're week 3. Alright, so I'm not going to add the title yet. We're going to add the title before this month's big event. So we're in October, so it's going to be Forced to Fear. And we're going to crown our first champion at Forced to Fear in the Mid-South region. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have we're going to have 2 Fatal 4-Way matches to determine our 2 challenges for the newly... It's going to be, I think I'm going to go with an open, I think it's an open weight title. I may as well show it to you now. Let me show it to you at least. So if you go to Summit Wrestling, SW, there we are. It is the open weight title. So essentially any weight class. And basically my thought process behind that is eventually I'm going to change the North American Championship to a heavyweight championship. Like a world heavyweight championship, a proper, a global brand. And that can essentially come in once we decide to travel to Mexico, because then we will actually be, a world company as such, albeit we'll still be regional up until that point probably, but yeah. Obviously, Mexico does essentially count as North America in most geographical terms. But as you can see on this belt, it is essentially just the US and Canada. And I suppose Mexico, in that thought process, is probably not counted. Anyway, we also have a women's title here. Possibly might be implementing women at some stage in the future. Obviously, it doesn't have a lot of bearing on the actual Road to Glory, because the women's division will be its own division, basically. The men won't be versing the women. I like to keep it separate. So that'll come in at some stage. Maybe when we need a bit more talent once we hit Cult. We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, we've got the open weight title. That's going to be coming in at Forced to Fear for this month's big event. Anyway, let's advance. I want to get into Forced to Fear. I want to end this month because I want to see what the loss will be for the month of October. All right. So what? We've got 2 more weekly shows. And then we'll get into the big event. Now, Scythe. Scythe could be a really, really big signing. And if we are able to sign Scythe, I think I might change the stable, the Luchador stable. Because obviously, Scythe wears a mask. So, in regards to the Discípulos del Diablo, I would like to put this whole stable with Scythe as the leader. I feel like that would be a really good stable of 4 members. And, 4 pretty strong members of that. Hush maybe on the lower side, along with Devious Dr. Fang. I would say Samael and Scythe would be the 2 top guys, with probably Scythe just edging it out. And, of course, we had the stable name Evil Inc., Evil Incorporated. And I feel like that would actually be a perfect name for them. It was a suggestion. We did actually use it for the tag team name of Samael and Devious Dr. Fang. But I think what we can do is change the names around. So Evil Inc. could become the stable name, and then Discipulos del Diablo could be the tag team name for Samael and DDF. The thought process behind that is obviously they're going to be the Mexican luchador Rudos in this scenario, and then Evil Incorporated or Evil Inc. is obviously Scythe's creation, or he is the leader of it. Anyway, that's my thought process behind it. It all depends on if we actually manage to get Scythe, as his contract is running out there, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I would really like him. He is definitely one of the top emerging talents, similar in a way to Primus Allen, albeit Primus is probably just a little bit better. He's also a little bit older, so those two things can play into it pretty much. But our meddling is still not successful. We want to go to the southwest, and we want another generic venue. Of course, if you watched the last episode, we're getting very, very close to the economy turning itself around and hitting zero, basically. Anyway, let's book our main event. Now, I want to have Avalanche Decano take on... Let's go with Cali Slick. That's a good match. They haven't really versed each other very much. I mean, they haven't versed each other one-on-one this year, so I feel like that's a good match. And honestly, I'm not really too bothered with who wins. Obviously, Cali Slick has really fallen out of reference with me with everything that's sort of happened. Hence why Primus Allen's now the leader of the Long Beach Mafia. Anyway, let's do a tag team match. We want to have Kyler, and he can team up with... Let's go with Silvestre Bernier, to take on the team of Full Force, another team we created last episode. Basically, the two Japanese wrestlers, Hiryu Kato and Kyuchi Matsumoto, and their tag team name is Full Force. Following the Puro style, the strong style aspect of Japanese wrestling. I mean, Kyuchi's not exactly well versed in Puro, but at the same time, he is a bit of a badass, and he's got the Matsumoto murder bomb, of course, which is a devastating move in itself, and I just got out of that, so my bad. We're going to have to go back into it and do it all again. It's also worth noting that Kyler's basics stayed at 85B+, so it did go up, and it has stayed up since the last episode, which is really, really good to see. I think I'm going to give the victory to... Let's give it to the other team. Hiryu Kato, he deserves a victory. Silvestre can lose, that's fine. We don't really need to keep Kyler strong. And then we're going to script it and decisive. That's fine. Then want to go... Let's go a tag match. Let's go with Double Trouble taking on the team of Primus Allen and Buster Cap. I feel like that's a good match. Keep it at 10. And then we'll give Buster Cap the victory, but it's going to be tainted. So we'll call it and tainted. I can go there. We need one more singles match. Oh, I said I was going to do the Fatal 4-Way, didn't I? Before I forget, let's do our Fatal 4-Way. Now, I want it to be purely mid-carders and below, basically. So we have a wealth of talent here. A lot of young talent as well. I mean, El Mitico, I'm not even sure if he's still a mid-carder. Let's go have a look at his auto push, because he's absolutely incredible, is El Mitico. So let me go back here for a second. And I just want to check his auto push. Yeah, so there you go. His recommended push is upper mid-card. So we'll put him as upper mid-carder. DDF, still a main eventer. That's so strange to me. I really find it strange. I mean, realistically, I should probably just auto-push everybody. What about Mercy? I think Mercy would, yeah, he'd still be main event as well. Takano. Is Takano upper mid-card? He is. Right, let's try Kyler, because I've got a bad feeling he might be mid-card. No, he's upper mid-card. Okay, that's fine. I mean, the real question is, who are our real mid-carders? Anyway. Alright, what we're going to do is... we'll just use whoever is under there. So Austin Smooth, I mean, he's already booked, so we won't use him for this one. He could come in for the second one. But let's go with... I don't really want to use the Uprising. The Uprising? What is it, tag team name? I've forgotten again. The Suffering. Yes. I'm a bit of an idiot. Anyway, Logan Wolfsbane, 100% going to be in the match. We'll go Bret Heartbreak. Floris Bouchard. We'll use one member. We'll try and use like one member of every tag team to an extent. And the final member can be... let's go with Hush. I feel like that's actually a pretty good match, in my opinion. And we'll leave the winner. I purely want to book the open weight title with no winners being chosen. So it's going to be completely random and completely up to the game as to who is going to win titles and defend titles and become #1 contenders as well. So it's an interesting way of doing it, and I think it's actually kind of a cool way to do it as well. You know, we've done it a little bit for the tag titles and for the North American. But honestly, I think it's just like, it just makes things a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. Anyway, for our angles, we're going to go with Avalanche Decano on Entertainment. We're then going to go with Kyler and Silvestre. I do want Kyler to help out some of the other members, especially the younger guys, like Silvestre, for example. As you can see, his microphone and charisma are really low, but when compared to Kyler's, I mean, Kyler has B+, B+. So it'll be really beneficial for him to work with Kyler, even if it is just for one angle, as it is for this show tonight. But I think it's gonna be beneficial anyway. Actually, we'll keep that at 10, and then we'll reduce this match by 1. There we go. We then need Primus Allen and Buster Cap. We might just do Primus. I guess Buster Cap can be in the angle, but maybe not rated. Purely for the fact that I just want Primus's high menace angle to open the show. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Let's run it. And we start off with a 79B, which is exactly what I wanted from Primus Allen. And he's joined by fellow stablemate Buster Cap. Their tag match gets a 63C. We got Primus Allen and Buster Cap defeating Double Trouble in 9:57 when Buster Cap defeated Austin Smooth by pinfall by using underhanded tactics. Yeah, good match. Oh, wow. Primus Allen debuted a new high spot that popped the crowd. His psychology will be helped by using it as a go-to spot in the future. So, beneficial psychology boost there for Primus, which is ridiculous considering how good he already is. We then go to a 45D. Floris Bouchard defeating Logan Wolfsbane, Bret Heartbreak, and Hush in 9:04 when Floris defeated Hush by pinfall with a hell dropper. Interesting. One of our challenges for the vacant openweight title, Floris Bouchard. Anyway, Bret Heartbreak is improving in rumble skills, Logan Wolfsbane is improving in performance skills, and finally, Hush is improving in rumble skills as well. Good stuff. I mean, that's a unexpected victory, although he is the second highest performer in the match with a 46. We then go to a 43D for the angle between Kyler Adams and Silvestre Bernier. Their tag match getting a 45D. Full Force defeating Kyler Adams and Silvestre Bernier in 9:12 when Gideon Koto defeated Silvestre by pinfall with a lariat. And apparently Kyler Adams was off his game. So a little bit strange. You know, you wouldn't really expect Kyler to be off his game with his consistency. Anyway, 2 worker improvements here. We've got Matsumoto improving in performance skills and Silvestre improving in technical. We then go to a 64C for Avalanche Ticano's pre-main event angle. And the main event does relatively well. We have a 65C and a very strange ending to the match. We have Cali Slick drawing with Avalanche Ticano in 1954 following a double disqualification. Very strange match indeed. All right, let's end the show. And we end the show off with a 52D+, so another really good show considering it's in the Southwest region. I have to say I'm pretty happy with that. Alrighty. Ooh, SWF have made an offer for Jake Idle. Very, very talented worker. Of course, one half of, is it Rich and Famous? Yeah, Rich and Famous. Pretty over as well. Interesting. I wonder if we can have a look at there. How much are they paying him? Only $3,800 per month. It's really not that bad, especially if they use him 5 times in a month. That's relatively cheap. That's the thing. Some written deals, for example, if we're running this many shows as we are right now, written deals for us would be so much cheaper than having pay per appearance. Think about it. Every appearance they make, we're paying them the full wage that they are on. However, if they're on a written deal for, say we have people on 1,000 per appearance, and they're on a written deal for maybe 4,500 per month, we'd be getting double the value out of them as opposed to them being on a pay per appearance deal if we use them for each and every show. This is something to think about. Obviously, the bigger earners and the guys that are sort of our main eventers, we want to keep them anyway because they're going to be our best workers. But it's also going to cost us a lot less. Okay, I'm still making everybody unhappy, which is not great. And Sunny Wildside is a very negative influence at the moment. Not great. Anyway, we're going to continue to try and get rid of some of this hatred between Kelly Slick and Buster Cap. Not Buster Cap, Primus Allen. And it's seriously just still not working, which is frustrating. Good to see that we're expecting over 1,000 fans. Let's have a look at the Snake Pit. Southern California. Okay. Interesting. We're going to do generic because I prefer generic venues anyway. And what we're actually going to do is do a rematch of the last main event. And this is going to be a #1 contenders match for Force to Fear for the North American titles. So we're going to have Cali Slick. Of course, they drew at the last show. Cali Slick taking on Avalanche Ticano, with the winner getting a title shot at the big event, at the pay-per-view. We need a winner, so therefore they're getting a rematch. We're going to leave it blank again, because I really don't care who wins. Hopefully we'll get a clean victory this time. I mean, I put it as decisive, so hopefully it's not going to be a draw. Anyway, let's book our other matches. I want to have a... Well, let's book our Fatal 4-Way for the newly minted open-weight title. And we don't want to use anyone that we used in the last one. So, I'm going to put Harbin in there. Harbin Gerard. Let's go with Silvestre Bernier. Maybe not Silvestre. Let's go Rob Reynolds, because poor Rob doesn't get a look in. Let's go Robin DeLay in there as well. And then finally, Gideon Kato. I think that's a really good Fatal 4-Way as well. And again, we got 3 different tag teams represented with Sons of Tomorrow, Full Force, and the Yards. So, pretty happy with that. Anyway, 9 minutes. The winner's going to be blank again, of course. Script and decisive. There we go. All right, let's go with a 3-on-3. I want to do a pretty stacked match here. So Air Attack Weasel, Thrill Seeker, and we need someone else. Exclude booked. Let's go with. Good question. Who will we go with? I guess Cobra, maybe? Yeah, we'll throw Cobra in. We haven't used him this episode yet. They're going to be taking on the team of Kyler Adams, Almidico Jr., and Silvestre? Yeah, Silvestre Bernier. We'll give it 9 minutes. The winner can be Almidico. The loser can be Cobra. And I think, yeah, it needs to be scripted, obviously, due to Silvestre's involvement. So there's that match, and let's go with one more match. Let's have a bit of a squash match. Let's go with Matsumoto. Actually, let's go Ralph Liotta. Ralph Liotta taking on Primus Allen. We'll give that 8 minutes. Primus to get the victory, of course. And there we go. All right, angles. Let's go with another Avalanche Decano angle. Actually, let's go Cali Slick this time. See what he can do. Should be relatively similar to Avalanche's. Then we want to go with a Menace angle for Primus. And finally, let's go with Kyler Almidico. Where is he? There he is. Okay. And Silvestre. Alright, there we go. That'll start off the show. We can actually give 1 minute to this match there as well. Alrighty, let's run the show. We're generic. Yep. The go-home show for Force to Fear. We start off with a 48D+ for the angle between Kyler Almidico and Silvestre. Their 6-man match does pretty well, 57C-. We got Kyler Adams, Almidico Jr. and Silvestre Bernier defeating Air Attack Weasel, Thrill Seeker, and Cobra in 9-10. When Almidico defeated Cobra by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. And apparently, Thrill Seeker sustained a bruised kidney there, which is not good. We have lots of improvements though. Thrill Seeker in performance, Air Attack Weasel in performance, Almidico in performance as well. So 3 big performance changes. I'm assuming that's down to both Kyler and Silvestre probably. And then of course we also have Kyler Adams improving in Rumble skills as well. Okay, so I'm guessing that might not be a botched move by anyone. I'm hoping it's not, and it's just Thrill Seeker picking up a bit of a freak injury. Anyway, we then move into a 79B Menace angle from Primus. As per usual, bit of a goat so far. These ratings really help the overall show ratings. We then get a 56C-. We have Primus Allen carrying and defeating Ralph Liotta in 8:30 by pinfall with a flying lariat. Yeah, 69 in-ring for Primus there, and only a 23 for Ralph. We then go to a 39D-. We have, no way, Harbin Gerard defeating Rob Reynolds, Robin DeLay, and Gideon Kuto in 950 when Harbin defeated Gideon Kuto by pinfall with a Phoenix face plant. Harbin Gerard is the other challenger for the openweight title. That's really come full circle. I mean, literally the game is booking the two tag team members, the two young tag team members, to face off against each other. That's really cool. I'm really happy to see that, actually. We also have Robin DeLay improving in performance skills, so that's good. That's what we need from him as well. I think he could be a bit of a star in the next couple of years if we develop him properly. We then go into a 62C for the pre-main event angle from Cali Slick. And the main event does pretty well, getting us a 64C. Is that the same as the last one? I think it might be. But we have Cali Slick defeating Avalanche Decano in 1939 by pinfall with a slick back, making himself #1 contender for Ernest Youngman's North American title, once again having a chance to reclaim his glory. And of course, he was kind of screwed over. Of course, his rematch was basically taken away and turned into a triple threat, with Primus Allen cashing in his Peak of the Summit tournament victory and having that triple threat at I think it was the last big event. So yeah. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to have to get rid of Cali Slick. Avalanche Decano was visibly angry after the match, upset that Cali Slick almost injured him with a botched move. So not only has he injured Kyler, he almost injured Primus, and now he's almost injured Avalanche Decano as well. 3 strikes, you're out. He's going to be leaving the company. It's unfortunate, but you know, I have put a lot of effort in with Cali Slick, but that type of stuff happening, not only with that stuff happening, but he's creating more enemies than he already has. He's already got tension with Kyler. He's got hatred with Primus, and now he's probably going to have tension with Avalanche Decano as well. So therefore, he's got to go. It's going to help the backstage rating. We can easily replace him. How long is Thrill Seeker going to be out for? Okay, so he's working through it. But at this stage, I don't think we want to be using him, at least until he's back. And it looks like that was a bit of a bad injury as well, as his body condition was pretty bad with a yellow. Anyway, let us see. Now we want to use... Alright, so we got some big morale issues, and that's a massive problem. So we need to use Devious Dr. Fang and Sunny Wildside on this show. They already had morale issues, and then the 2 separate events has obviously pissed them off even more, and they now have big morale issues. If we don't sort that out, they could both leave, and I think that'd be pretty bad, especially with Sunny Wildside, because he is pretty outstanding, as you can see. He really is quite good. So what I might do, I might have Sunny Wildside take on Kyler at Force to Fear, and I think we'll give Sunny the victory. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Anyway, let's make the title first of all. I think we need to do that. All right, so we're gonna go Summit in caps, and it's gonna be the open weight, if I can spell it properly. Do I need a hyphen? That's the question. So there we go. Open weight. Oh, it's apparently on here. It's one word. Let's yeah. Well, let's keep it as one word. All right, there we go. So singles. It's going to be a mid-card title, and everything else is perfectly fine. Okay. There we go. Summit open weight title, starting off with 60C prestige. I'm assuming that's probably going to fall because the odds are versing each other. So let's make that match a ladder match. Actually, I feel like that could be pretty cool to crown the first ever openweight champion. And obviously, it's actually going to help the match as it will have a bit more prestige. Okay, so let's book our matches. Now, I want to give DDF a victory on this show as well. Oh, I should have renegotiated Kelly Slick's contract. Although, if I fire him, it'll probably make everyone else happy, but I mean, the other people aren't actually fussed at the moment either, so that's fine. We can actually negotiate, but again, it's not going to come up until the next show anyway, so give him a downside. We'll chuck that down, do that. There we go, he wants 1,000 for his final appearance. Well, after this one, of course. Alright, so let's book the main event first. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen with this. We're going to have... Let's write him out properly. So, Kelly Slick is going to be taking on Ernest Youngman for the North American title. 20-minute match. And we're going to have Ernest get the victory, of course, because why would we put the title on Kelly Slick, the botch himself? He is a botch. Let's just say that. So it's going to be a decisive victory. And during the match, we're going to have an interference on Kelly Slick by Primus. I feel like this is a good way to actually write him out. The outside interference finish is going to be attacked by Primus, and that's going to set up their final, or his final match against Primus on the next show in the start of November. There we go. That's that booked. I mean, he was #1 contender for a reason. He won his match. Let's go with Sunny for the next one. Sunny Wildside taking on Kyla Adams. I think we'll just make this a 10-minute match. And then we'll give Sunny the victory. I think we'll make it a tainted victory as well. And we'll have a distraction. We're actually doing a bit of storytelling here. A distraction on Kyla by who else? But his former manager, Jenny Playmate. Of course, aligned with Sunny Wildside. So that's a good match. Then we'll have a tag team match. Let's go with... yeah, let's go Long Beach Mafia 3. This is going to be a #1 contenders match for the tag titles. So Long Beach Mafia 3 taking on Evil Inc. We're going to give it 20 minutes as well. And we're actually going to give Devious Dr. Fang the victory. And we'll try and make Buster Cap lose there. Can he call? He cannot. That sucks. Anyway. Good to see these basics are at a B- now, though. So he's making progress. Alright, so new #1 contenders. Evil Inc. Of course, with their name to possibly be changed in the future to Disciplios del Diablo. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but I really don't care. What's next? Now, we needed to do our ladder match for the open weight title. It's going to be Flores taking on Harbin. Canadian versus Canadian. Ard versus Ard. To determine our first champion. We'll give it... yeah, 10 minutes is fine. Open weight. I mean, can they go long? 70C plus stamina for Flores. And a 67C plus from Harp. I think we'll just keep it. Let's go 12. We'll give him 12 minutes. The worker, obviously, the winner, sorry, is going to be Blank. Open weight title on the line. There we go. Actually, I think we can have that to start the show. That'd be pretty cool. We need another match for Primus Allen. He can take on American Elemental. That's a good debut match, I think, for our big event for Amel. Very high profile. There we go. Primus, obviously going to get the victory because it's Primus. And there we go. We'll chuck that one there. Actually, we'll move that one down. And then these two can come down as well. We don't have a tag title match. Who would we want to put against the Suffering? Who did they win the titles off? That's a good question. Let's have a look. I'm not sure if we've done a rematch. Oh, okay, so they won it off the Long Beach Mafia. Okay, in that case, let's do a singles match between Avalanche Decano and Seth Whitehead. We'll leave it blank as well. Again, not really too fussed. I think Seth can call a match now. Yeah, he can. I mean, Seth's doing really well, considering where he was, you know, being an original where we started the game. That can go second. And I think, let's book our angles and we'll see if we have any time remaining. So, Ernest going to have his angle on entertainment before the main event. Let's give Sonny an angle with Jenny as well. Tyler can just miss out. That's perfectly fine. I'm not really too worried about it. So Sonny can go there. Is Sonny in a storyline? He is. And that's poor, so I think what I'll do is I'll remove Sonny from there. I know it's going to hurt his momentum at the moment. But let's go a new storyline, and we're going to call it a new Sonny Wildside. And what I mean by that is, you know, he's more of a heel. He's got more heelish tendencies. He's not liked. Let's just pretend it's been well documented in the media, various, you know, pro wrestling news websites, that he's a bit of a dick backstage, which he is. He's a very negative influence. And now he's basically just out for himself. I feel like that's a good storyline to actually go with. And we'll just put Jenny in there. I guess we can put maybe Rob Reynolds in there. Maybe Ralph as well. Just a few opponents for him to verse. I think that could be pretty cool. Anyway, there we go. And then what we'll do in here is we'll give them success. So hopefully we can boost his momentum using a bit of a gamey technique through storylines. Anyway, we need a Primus Allen menace angle. That's going to go right at the top there. Currently over time. That's 10. Let's drop that. We'll drop this back down to 10. That's perfectly fine. So we can run the show like that. But I really wanted to give Floris and Harbin an angle to start off the show. So with that being said, let's reduce that down to 16. And then we need to take 2 more minutes off. So let's go make that 8. And then we'll make this 9. That works out. All right, now we can do the angle. So we're going to go with Floris and Harbin. Both on entertainment, of course. The 2 tag team partners. And basically, they're just, you know, wishing each other luck and saying that they're gonna just go at it. You know, put their friendship aside, their tag team aside for tonight. Tonight's all about winning a title, winning their first title, especially at such a young age. Yeah, so there we go. There's that. I do want to do a pre-show tag team match just to try and get a few more guys on the card. Actually, let's do a bigger match as well. Let's do a 3. Let's do 5-on-5. Let's go with the Ring Generals, the Sons of Tomorrow, and Air Attack Weasel. And they can take on the team of Full Force. And we'll chuck in a few other guys like Darren Winner, El Midico. Actually, El Midico should probably go on that top team. But that's fine. El Midico, yeah, he can go there, I guess. And I guess we'll throw in Logan? Felipe, yeah. We'll give it 10. There we go. I mean, it doesn't really matter who wins, so let's just leave it blank. Like I said, it really not fussed by it. It's only a pre-show match anyway, so it's nothing too serious. And that is our show booked. Force to Fear. Let's get into it. Let me double check. Luckily, I checked because we weren't in a generic. Alright, so we start off the show with a 50D+, 5-on-5, 10-man tag match. We have the team of Air Attack Weasel, the Ring Generals, and the Sons of Tomorrow, defeating Hideo Kato, Kyuchi Matsumoto, Darren Winner, Omidiko Jr., and Felipe Caballero in 10:01 when Dean Waldorf defeated Darren Winner. They actually have the same initials there, I just noticed that. By pinfall with a Waldorf salad toss, and Winner was off his game. A few worker improvements. We've got 2 improvements for Robin DeLay. He's improving in both Rumble and performance. And then we also have Felipe improving in technical skills as well. Ooh, El Midico Jr. debuting a new comeback spot that got the crowd buzzing. His psychology will be helped. So 2 of our biggest stars now getting psychology bumps with their stats, which is really good to see. Of course, Primus, I think he got it on the last show or the show before that. And now El Midico getting a nice comeback spot. Good stuff. All right, so we start off the show with a 44D. We've got Flores and Harbin, the tag team members of the Ards. And of course, they're going at it for the first ever Openweight Championship in a ladder match. The match does 1 point better, getting a 45D. And we have Harbin Girard defeating Flores Bouchard in a ladder match in 10:30. When Harbin retrieved the item, Harbin Girard wins the Summit Openweight title. And he's also picked up a broken collarbone. Now, I wonder if that's a botch from his tag team partner. Please don't be a botch. It was a botch. Okay, that is so bad. They're tag team partners. That is literally the worst case scenario. And the champion got injured as well. Anyway, moving on to a 59C. Avalanche Takano defeating Seth Whitehead in 10:24 by pinfall with a Mountain Takano. No improvements, but a nice solid C there. We then go into a 75B- for Primus Allen. Of course, he's taken on ML2. Their match gets a 50D+. Apparently, they just don't click at all. But we do have Primus Allen defeating American Elemental 2 in 7:45 by pinfall with a running power slam. Unfortunate, but you know, it's good to see that they don't have positive chemistry, or it's good to see they have negative chemistry is what I'm trying to say. We then go into a 63C. We have Evil Inc. defeating Long Beach Mafia 3 in 16:11 when Devious Dr. Fang defeated Buster Cap by submission with a deadly Kung Fu grip. And of course, DDF and Samael with their great chemistry. We also have Mobstar improving in technical skills, which is good to see. Haven't really used him much this episode. We then go into a 45D. course, the new Sunny Wild side being debuted here at the big pay-per-view. And of course, Jenny Playmate playing on how, he's a changed man and he's starting to he's stopping, the care factor that he had for his fellow wrestlers. The match gets a 59C with Sunny Wildside defeating Kyla Adams in 8:43 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. And during the match, we also had Jenny Playmate distract Kyla Adams. Interesting. Kyla with a 60 in-ring though, so that's good to see. At least in the Mid-South region, Kyla's doing well. We then go into a 65C for the pre-main event angle from Ernest Youngman. And the main event does relatively well, getting a 69C+. We have Ernest Youngman defeating Callie Slick in 1953 by pinfall with the hit. And during the match, we also had Primus Allen run in and attack Slick. Ernest Youngman makes defense number 5 of his Summit North American title. No improvements. Let's end the show. And we get a 53C-, which does actually increase our popularity in the Mid-South region, which is really good to see. I'm happy about that. So yeah, and we need to praise Devious Dr. Fang, Sunny Wildside, and I think Seth, actually, I think Gidyu Kato has issues as well, so we can praise all three of them. Hopefully it'll help their morale issues, especially for DDF and for Sunny Wildside. Alright, please tell me... simmering tension with Floris. That's pretty frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's not great. We're gonna have to try and medal that, and again, that could backfire on us as well. Alright, so Harbin Gerard now, well, yeah, he's upset as well now. So he's got morale issues due to the botched move from Floris. Floris also has morale issues now as well for causing the botch, which is great. I mean, his safety is a C+. Might be a bit harsh, considering. Anyway, title prestige for the North American titles dropped down to 90 from a 100, which is not... It was a 95, but it was 100 previously. The openweight title dropping 5 points down to a 55C-. And of course, we didn't use the tag titles. But yeah, Sunny and Devious both have big morale issues still. I wonder if we give Sunny 1 month paid time off, if he'll be pleased and it will help his morale issues. It hasn't. So that's really frustrating. Let's do the same for DDF. Hopefully it'll work. And it hasn't. Okay. Alright, we got some problems. We definitely have some problems at the moment. But that's fine. Let's have a look at our popularity. We're still at 45D in the Mid-South, and we are at a 24E, which is good. I think that's up from an E- in the Southwest, so we're definitely doing well. We're doing well. I'm happy about it, especially the progress. Anyway, let's see how much money we actually lost in the month of October. I'm assuming it's not going to be as bad. I'm assuming that. I'm hoping for it as well. Alright, so regional battles, we finished 2nd in the Mid-South and 3rd in the Southwest. Gidyu Kato's finished his tour with BCG. And BCG are going after Roy Edison. Interesting. All right, so we did actually lose less money. We lost just about 33,000 for that month, which is about, what, 6,000 less? So that's not too bad. I mean, essentially, if we did run 2 Mid-South shows a month, I think that would help. Help combat the financial loss that we are sustaining. Anyway, let's just advance. Let's get into Survivor. Of course, we have the big match. Well, actually, we don't, because Callie Slick hasn't re-signed the contract for his 1 appearance. So unfortunate. He might do it. There we go. Perfect timing. All right. So we will do the match. That makes me happy. We can at least get rid of 1 negative backstage personality. Okay. Let's do a clear the air. Try and get some morale boost out of that. Alright. It's at a 1F. We're almost there. Almost there. And the wrestling industry is at a 25E and still falling as well. Now, do I want to do Mid-South again? I think I do. Let's do Mid-South for this show. Because I want to test. I want to test for this month if by running 2 Mid-South generic venues and then the other 7 shows being in the Southwest, if we'll actually break even. I'm thinking we might. We'll be very close, which is awesome. Anyway, the main event for this show is going to be Ali Slick taking on Primus Allen. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a good match. Now, I'm going to give it the time that it deserves. But Primus is going to be the victor. Going to be called slow built, decisive, and he's also going to dominate on his way out. I'm sure he'll love that, seeing as he hates him. So there we go. Other matches. Let's go a tag match with Air Attack Weasel and American Elemental, and they can take on... I don't understand. Why would he be there if he's not available? Strange. Anyway, they can take on... Isn't he out injured? Yeah, he's out injured for 17 days. Very strange. Anyway, they can take on the Ring Generals. Then we want to have Kyla in a match. I guess with Silvestre, that works. Oh, definitely don't want to call that match. That would be bad. So we'll bump that up there, and then I think we'll finish off with a... Let's go a tag team title match. Let's have Full Force take on the Suffering. Bit of an open challenge for the tag team titles. And we will give the Suffering the victory there as well. To kick off the show. Alright, Menace Angle for Primus. Six minutes, perfect. Then we'll go Kyla. That's easy. Kyler Adams there. And then again, we'll go with the open challenge from Felipe and Seth. The Suffering. Alright, there we go. Open challenge. Alright, this is going to be the last episode, the last show of the episode, guys. So please make sure you smash the like button before you do leave the video. Show your support. Help me out. Share the video with your friends as well. I haven't really ever said that, but if your friends like wrestling or TEW, they might be interested in this series, and hopefully they will be. Anyway, let's run the show. Yeah, let's run it. I mean, everything's pretty good. We start off with a 58 C- for the Suffering. We also have Felipe developing better performance skills on the microphone, so that's pretty good to see. Happy about that. The tag team match gets a 58 C-. We have the Suffering defeating Full Force in 9:55 when Felipe defeated Kyuchi Matsumoto by pinfall with a Caballero drop, and the Suffering make defense number 1 of their Summit Tag Team titles. Felipe with a 71 in-ring performance. Incredible. We also have improvements for Matsumoto, and he's improving in performance skills as well. We then go into a 67 C+ rated angle for Kyler Adams. Really good stuff there. But again, it's the Mid-South, so you'd sort of expect him to do pretty well. His match gets a 54 C-. We have Kyler Adams defeating Silvestre Bernier in 9:15 by pinfall with a K-trigger. We also have Silvestre Bernier improving in performance skills, so I'm assuming that's psychology because all of his other stats are pretty much higher than Kyler's himself, so happy about that. Let's move into the next one. Next match gets a 56 C-. We have the Ring Generals defeating Air Attack Weasel and American Elemental 2 in 10:07 when Marv Statler defeated American Elemental 2 by pinfall with a wheelbarrow bomb. And apparently, Air Attack Weasel and American Elemental showed excellent chemistry when tag teaming together. Well, well, well. I think we have a new tag team. Perfect. Don't you just love random chemistry like that? I love it. Absolutely love it. Anyway, 56, good rating. We then go into a 75 B- for the pre-main event angle with Primus Allen. Solid enough. A little bit lower for some reason in the Mid-South than his Menace angles in the Southwest. Bit strange. Okay, that's really random. I'm assuming that's because I didn't make it an open match and I had him dominate. I'm assuming that's the cause. The main event only gets a 61 C, and I kind of expect... I mean, both their in-ring performances are better than the rating, so that's definitely a booking penalty. But we had Primus Allen defeating Cali Slick in 2001 by pinfall with a running power slam, thus ending the career of Cali Slick in Summit Wrestling. To end the show, we get a 50 D+, no popularity increase, as I think we probably need a C- at a minimum. But that's perfectly fine, I guess. I more just wanted to run the show to see for the start of next month about the money that we're losing. Anyway, there we go. Cali Slick has left. Not too worried about it. And this is where we leave ourselves off. Still at 44 importance in the Mid-South. The importance actually dropped for the Southwest. But we're still at 24 popularity. So we must be very close. And I'm assuming that was because of the regional battle loss. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. We're going to continue on from the next episode in the Southwest region. And we're going to push towards our next event, which is New Destiny for the month of November. Anyways, guys, like I just said a little bit before, please do smash the like button. I really Love to see the likes. It's just such a great feeling when people that are watching are actually enjoying, and they show you that they're enjoying the content. Also subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. About 60% there or thereabouts are not subscribed to the channel at the moment, so please make sure you do that. It's good for your own benefit as well if you're an avid watcher of my TEW content. And yeah, apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy, and I hope you enjoy the end of stat screen.